And now I don't know who is gonna be next for Ilia. If we talk about our fights, I have good fights now, and I know he's gonna fight soon, and we'll see what's gonna be happening now. He want to fight in White House, and I also want to be there.
Could
I
make for
think,
you,
yeah,
Islam.
for the like, it's gonna be like big like for MMA community, it's gonna be big fights now, and people want this fight, and if UFC want this fight, and we can do this.
What do
I
you
don't know. I know UFC want to do like some big fight in White House. Which fight is gonna be bigger than this?
He's talking about you win. He wants to go up to 170. I imagine that's probably where you would want the fight, because you don't want to go back to 155, right? You don't want to have to be sitting there and cutting weight again, right? So you're on board with this idea of 170?
Yeah, if you come, it's gonna be better for me, you know. If I have to cut 155, man, it's gonna be hard, and then I might have to pay for this.
Maybe you would need some time, right? But I guess if after Ramadan you could cut back down to 155, right? Because sometimes when you work
in
hard to put
Ramadan,
on.
we also lose weight, you know. We'll see after the fight, when I stop to use the creatine and protein. We'll see how much is my weight.
As the fight between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena draws near, anticipation is skyrocketing. Fans are buzzing, experts are debating, and fighters across the UFC are weighing in with predictions. Among them is Islam's close friend Belal Muhammad, who believes Makhachev's elite ground game will be the deciding factor. He praised JDM's scrambling ability but emphasized that Islam's control, positioning, and timing make him uniquely capable of shutting down those movements and dominating on the mat.
Honestly, for me, it's full focus on Ian. If I'm looking at that fight, stylistically, I think if Islam gets to the ground, it's going to be a easy night. Islam's ground game is so good, and I think JDM makes a lot of mistakes on the ground. With this scrambling, he's very good at it, but I think that Islam doesn't let you scramble. So if you scramble, he's good at locking in chokes or locking in arm triangles. But you still got to get it to the ground first, right? So it's fun. It's going to be good to see how he is on the feet with JDM, who's kind of tricky. But I think if Islam gets to the ground, Islam will get his hand raised.
When Belal Muhammad was asked if he'd ever face Islam Makhachev, he immediately dismissed the idea, saying he has too much respect for him to even consider it. Belal explained that he knows Islam's style well from training together. For now, his full focus is on Ian Garry, the fight he's preparing for with complete dedication.
Just a future hypothetical, because it is possible that this is going to happen relatively soon. Would you now consider fighting Islam if he does win the belt? Because I know you guys have a good history with each other.
For me, like I said, all we're thinking about is Ian. Islam got his fight. I got my fight. All that matters right now is Ian Garry, and then breaking his jaw.
Love it, man. Well, I'm not saying that biasly. I love the mentality, man. This is going to be a great fight heading into, and so much on the line. Welterweight, dude. It's going to be a good couple months coming up. What about Sean Brady, Michael Morales? You got history with.
Islam's teammate Umar said Islam is fully prepared for this fight, emphasizing that he never relies on just one strategy. He's got plan A, B, C, pretty much the whole alphabet ready, Umar explained. He added that Islam trains for every scenario, leaving no room for mistakes, which makes him incredibly dangerous at 170 pounds and always one step ahead.
Debut, we're all very excited for this.
Islam in amazing shape, and this guy very smart fighter, and I'm his fan, and he have he don't have some just one plan for fight, and he have plan A, B, C, and like all alphabet, D, E, A, everything, like if something not he couldn't do, he gonna try other one not good, he have next plan, and he's amazing fighter, and he's amazing friend, brother, and I think he will take this belt. I think he deserves.
As tensions rise, Umar fired back at Ilia Topuria's recent comments, warning that pride and arrogance always lead to downfall. He stressed that true champions remain humble, no matter how high they climb. Umar said Islam Makhachev doesn't need to prove anything to anyone, and that mocking someone's background only exposes insecurity. He reminded fans that humility always lasts longer than hype, and arrogance eventually humbles even the most confident fighters.
Недавно в очередной раз жестко высказался в адрес ислама.
Ისლამი თუ დამარცხდა, დაბრუნდეს დაღესტანში, თავის ფერმაში, თუ მოიგო კიდე წესო, ხო, ცხვარი მომწესოს.
Знаешь, как сказал однажды Мэнни Пакьяо, любой человек, который, особенно любой спортсмен, который будет себя вести возвышенно, понимаешь, там, вот, с этой горделивостью, мол, ты вот, обязательно будет унижен. Есть такие у него слова прекрасные. Я не знаю, можно что угодно говорить. Можно говорить, можно также сказать, что Илью Топурию отправим в магазин одежды, заново ее продавать, там, или еще что-то. Но это не подобает. Того не хочется делать, не хочется. У Ислама и так есть ферма, и так у него есть на ферме овцы, и без этого он занимается, без советов, или тоже он занимается фермерским хозяйством.
Dan Hardy believes Islam Makhachev will prove to be the superior fighter as he moves up in weight. While he praises Jack Della Maddalena's sharp boxing and striking, Hardy notes that Islam is in his physical and mental prime. That perfect blend of timing, strength, and experience, he says, will give Islam the edge and lead him to victory.
Up to 170, he's going to be fighting JDM for that title. Do you think he gets the job done, or how do you see the fight playing out?
Man, I've been high on JDM for a long time. You know, I remember doing interviews back when Ngannou was crossing over to boxing, and people were talking about who's got the best hands in MMA, and I was saying JDM at the time. I mean, his boxing's always impressed me. But at this point, I feel like Islam's moving up a weight class at the right time. You know, there are a lot of fighters that stay in a weight class for too long, and they seem to kind of stifle their physical growth. I don't think Islam can stay healthy and stay in that lightweight division for any longer. And I think right now he's allowed himself to move into a division where his body's just going to grow into it. He's going to be incredibly powerful. You know, I've been having a similar kind of conversation in my head with Crawford coming up against Canelo as well. You know what I mean? Like, what's Crawford going to look like going up a weight? And I think his body's ready to do it, same as Islam. And I just think Islam's all-round game is so problematic for any single fighter. I see him taking it, and I can see him probably a 50-50 striking exchange, Makhachev winning with a kicking advantage, but then he's grappling and his wrestling taking over, probably winning by sub in the championship.